Keys to Power: 7 timeless principles to transform your life. Have you ever wondered, what if the greatest source of power in your life has been within you all along, waiting to be unlocked? What if every challenge you face could be transformed not by force, not by control, but by choosing a higher way of living? And what if the true keys to power are not hidden in distant secrets, but in everyday choices you make, in the love you give, the gratitude you feel, and the energy you release into the world? These are not lofty ideas, they are the principles that shape the life you live every single day. They are the invisible laws that determine whether you feel trapped or free, empty or fulfilled, powerless or empowered. And the most beautiful truth is this: you already hold these keys. You don't need to earn them. You don't need to chase them. You only need to remember how to use them. So take a deep breath. Allow yourself to soften, because the journey ahead is not about striving harder, it is about opening wider. It is about learning to live in love, to speak in gratitude, to imagine with feeling, to forgive, to give, and to focus on what truly matters. Chapter 1: The Simplicity of Love. The Challenge of Living It. At the heart of every teaching, at the root of every spiritual path, there is one truth so simple that we often overlook it. Love is the greatest power of all. It sounds easy, doesn't it? 3 small words. Choose love instead. Yet, if it were truly easy, our world would look very different today. Love is simple. Living it is not love itself, is pure. It does not ask for conditions. It does not demand proof. It simply flows like sunlight, warming the earth. But for us living as human beings with fears, wounds, and doubts, choosing love in every situation is not simple. When someone criticizes us, the reflex is to defend or to fight back. When life disappoints us, the instinct is to complain or collapse. When fear whispers, our hearts shrink. And yet it is in those very moments that the choice matters most. The hidden power of choice. Love is not only a feeling, it is a decision. A decision to rise above resentment. A decision to respond with kindness when anger would be easier. A decision to keep your heart open, even when the world tells you to close it. Every time you choose love, you align yourself with the most powerful force in the universe. And life, in turn, shifts to follow that frequency. The daily challenge. Of course, it's easy to love when things are going well. It's easy to smile at a friend, to laugh in good company, to feel generous when life feels abundant. But can you love in the face of rejection? Can you remain kind when misunderstood? Can you choose compassion even when the world seems unfair? That is the challenge. That is where love reveals its true power. Love is the foundation, but to live in love consistently, we need more than good intentions. We need keys, practical ways to hold on to love in when life tests us. Chapter 2: The First Key: Choosing Love in every moment. Every single moment of your life offers you a fork in the road. One path is the path of fear, anger, or resentment. The other is the path of love. The choice may feel small, so small that most people never notice it, but every choice compounds, and over time, these choices shape the entire direction of your life. Moment of choice. Imagine this: you're driving, and someone cuts you off. Your first impulse is to shout, to curse, to let anger take over your body. But in that moment, you hold a hidden power to choose. You could fuel the fire of frustration, or you could pause, breathe, and release it. You could let anger consume you for the next hour, or you could choose peace and continue your day with lightness. That choice may seem small, but it is in these small choices that your energy is set, and life follows accordingly. The ripple effect. Choosing love in one moment creates ripples beyond what you can see. When you choose kindness with a stranger, their heart softens and they may pass that kindness forward. When you choose forgiveness with a friend, a relationship is healed and trust is restored. When you choose patience with yourself, you create space for growth instead of drowning in shame. Love chosen in a single moment, thus, the power to transform many lives, including your own. Practice, pause, and redirect. Here is a simple practice. Whenever you feel triggered, pause. Take one conscious breath. Ask yourself, what would love choose here? Not what fear would choose, not what pride would choose, but what love would choose. This single question can redirect your energy instantly. Love in every moment is the first key. It opens the door to all others. But once the door is open, how do you keep walking the path of love? How do you stay rooted in love, even when the storms of life threaten to shake you? Chapter 3, the second key, gratitude. If love is the foundation, then gratitude is the bridge that carries you back to love again and again. Gratitude is more than a polite thank you. It is an energy, a frequency that tunes your heart to. Abundance, it shifts your eyes from what is missing to what is already here. Gratitude as a frequency. When you feel grateful, your entire being softens. Stress loses its grip, fear loses its voice, and suddenly you see that life is not against you. Life is giving to you constantly, without gratitude. You may stand in a garden of blessing sand, still feel poor with gratitude. You may have only a little, but feel endlessly rich. The fastest way back to love. Have you noticed that it's hard to be angry and grateful at the same time? It's almost impossible. Gratitude pulls you back into the vibration of love. When you thank life for what you have, you stop resenting what you lack. When you notice the gift of a sunrise, you stop obsessing over yesterday's darkness. Gratitude does not change the facts of your life immediately, but it changes you, and when you change, life follows. Practice. The gratitude journal. Here is a simple yet powerful practice. Keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you were grateful for. They don't need to be grand. It could be the warmth of your tea, the laughter of a loved one, the breath in your lungs. As days pass, you will find your attention naturally shifting. You will begin noticing blessings everywhere, and the more blessings you notice, the more blessings arrive. Gratitude is the second key. It grounds you in love. It multiplies what is good. But to truly create the future you desire, gratitude alone is not enough. You must also learn to imagine and, more importantly, to feel your vision as if it were already here. Chapter 4, the third key, visualization and feeling. Thoughts alone are not enough. Ideas alone cannot create. It is the union of thought and feeling that shapes the reality you live. Visualization is not a game of imagination. It is rehearsal. For your future, it is a way of stepping into the life you desire for. It physically arrives. Why feeling matters. Imagine this. You think about success, but deep down you feel unworthy. Your mind says, I want abundance, but your heart whispers, I don't deserve it. What energy do you think life will mirror back? Not the thought, but the feeling, because the universe does not simply hear your words. It resonates with your vibration, and your feelings are the loudest. Frequency of all, seeing and becoming. Close your eyes. Picture the life you want, the home, the health, the love, the freedom, but don't just see it, step into it. Feel the joy of living in that home. Feel the vitality of a healthy body. Feel the warmth of love already surrounding you. Feel the freedom of a life aligned with your soul as you feel your body begins to believe it is already true. And when you embody that vibration, life follows practice. The 5-minute future. Here is a practice you can try each day. Spend 5 minutes visualizing a future moment. Make it as vivid as possible. See it, hear it, touch it. But above all, feel it. Don't just imagine getting the job. Feel the gratitude of receiving the call. Don't just imagine healing. Feel the relief of being whole again. Don't just imagine love. Feel the joy of being cherished. This is how visualization transforms into creation. Visualization with feelingness. The third key, it is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between hope and reality. But creation is not only about what you hold inside, it is also about the energy you release into the world, and the most powerful release comes through the words you speak. Chapter 5, the fourth key, words of love. Words are not just sounds. They are vibrations. They carry energy that can build or break, heal or harm, lift up or tear down. Every word you speak is like planting a seed, and soon those seeds grow into the garden you walk in. The energy of language. Think of how you feel when someone says, I believe in you. Suddenly, your heart lifts. You feel stronger, more capable. Now think of the opposite. When someone says, "You'll never succeed," your spirit sinks. Doubt begins to grow. Words are not neutral. They create ripples that shape both the speaker and the listener. Speaking with intention, when you complain, you magnify what you dislike. When you gossip, you spread negativity like smoke in the air. When you criticize yourself, you lower your own vibration. But when you speak words of love, words of encouragement, gratitude, and kindness, you not only lift others, you raise your own energy. The words you speak pigcomb the world you live in. Practice the loving voice. Here is a practice for one day. Observe your words. Catch yourself when you are about to complain. Pause when you are tempted to criticize. Redirect your language toward what you want to create. Instead of, "I'm always so unlucky," say, "Good things are finding me." Instead of, "I'm not enough," say, "I am learning, growing, and becoming stronger every day." The more you speak love, the more you live in love. Words of love are the fourth key. They transform the unseen into the spoken, and what is spoken becomes life. But sometimes, even when we try to speak in love, our hearts still carry heavy chains. Chains of resentment, chains of old wounds, and as long as these chains remain, love cannot flow freely. Chapter 6. The fifth key. Forgiveness. That there is a silent weight many of us carry. It may not be visible, but it presses on the heart. Every single day that weight is resentment, and it keeps love from flowing freely. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains, not to excuse what was done, not to erase the past, but to free you from carrying it. Forgiveness is freedom. When you hold on to anger, you replay the pain again and again. Your body feels it as stress. Your mind feels it as bitterness. Your spirit feels it as heavin. The person who hurt you may have long forgotten, but you remain a prisoner of the memory. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about reclaiming your freedom. It is about saying, "This wound will not define me. I choose love instead." The healing shift. Think of forgiveness as opening a window in a room that has grown dark and stale. The moment you forgive, fresh air rushes in, light enters. Your heart begins to breathe again. Does it mean you must forget? No. Does it mean you must allow harm again? You can live in love again. Practice the silent release. Here is a gentle practice. Sit quietly. Bring to mind the person or memory that still weighs on you. Notice the feelings that arise then. Imagine yourself holding that weight in your hands, and with each exhale, say softly, "I release you. I choose peace." You may need to repeat this many times, day after day, but with each repetition, the chains grow weaker and love grows stronger. Forgiveness is the fifth key. It frees your heart from the prison of the past, so that love can flow again. And once love flows, the most natural response is to share it, because the surest way to feel love is to give it away. Chapter 7. The sixth key. Giving love. There is a secret about love. The more you give it, the more you feel it. Love is not a resource that runs out. It is not a candle that burns dimmer when shared. Love is fire when you pass it on. It only grows brighter. The fastest way to feel love. Have you ever noticed how a simple act of kindness can instantly shift your mood? A smile to a stranger, a word of encouragement to a friend, a moment of listening with your full attention. These gestures may seem small, but the energy they release is immense. And in giving love, you experience love yourself, because love cannot flow out without also flowing through you. Multiplying energy when you give love. You create ripples. The person you lift may carry that love to another, who carries it to another, who carries it to another, until a wave of kindness spreads far beyond what you see. And while that wave travels outward, it circles back to you in ways you could never predict. Life responds to the energy you release. Give love, and life multiplies it in return. Practice daily giving. Here is a simple practice. Each morning, ask yourself, how can I give love today? It could be as simple as sending a message of gratitude, holding the door open for someone, or speaking kindly when you are tempted to criticize. One small act each day. One conscious choice to give. Watch how your inner world transforms. Watch how your outer world shifts in response. Giving love is the sixth key. It turns love from a concept into a living experience. But to live in love fully, you must also guard the direction of your energy, because what you focus on expands. And if you are not careful, your focus can feed fear instead of faith. Chapter 8, the seventh key. Focus. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, your life grows. Focus is not just about concentration. It is about choosing what world you create, because whatever you feed with your focus expands the hidden power of attention. Think about this. Two people walk through the same day. One focuses on what went wrong, the delays, the arguments, the stress. The other focuses on what went right, the smile of a stranger, the blessing of health, the chance to begin again. Both lived the same day, but they lived in two very different worlds. That is the power of focus. Problems or blessings. When you focus on problems, you feed them. They grow larger in your awareness. They drain your energy and cloud your vision. But when you focus on blessings, they multiply suddenly. Solutions appear, opportunities reveal themselves, and life begins to mirror the goodness you have chosen to see. Protecting your focus. Your focus is sacred. Protect it like treasure. Limit the voices that pull you into fear. Choose carefully what you consume, the news you read, the conversations you entertain, the thoughts you repeat. Each is a seed, and the seeds you water with. Attention beck, the reality you harvest. Practice the daily shift. Here is a practice. At the end of each day, write down one thing you could have focused on negatively and one thing you chose or could have chosen to focus on positively. This practice trains your mind shift from problems to blessings, from scarcity to abundance, from fear to love. Focus is the seventh key. It is the guard at the gate of your mind. It decides whether your energy creates joy or sorrow, faith or fear, love or lack. And when all seven keys come together, choosing love, living in gratitude, visualizing with feeling, speaking words of love, forgiving, giving love, and focusing on what matters, you step into true power. Final reminder, mastering the art of living in love. Now you have walked through the seven keys. Each one is simple, each one is practical, but together they open the door to a life of true power, because power is not about control. It is not about dominating others. It is not about forcing life to bend to your will. True power is quiet. True power is steady. True power flows from living in love. The seven keys in harmony. Choosing love in every moment, gratitude that multiplies blessings, visualization and feeling that draw the future into the present, words that carry light, forgiveness that heals the past, giving love that expands your spirit, and focus that protects your energy. These seven keys are not steps to climb once. They are companions to walk with every day. They are practices to return. Tohan life becomes noisy. When fear tries to pull you down, when you forget who you are. Power is a daily choice. Do not wait for the perfect day. To begin, do not wait until the pain is gone. The world feels safe. Your power is here. In this breath, in this choice, in this moment, choose love now. Choose gratitude now. Choose focus now. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon you will notice that life itself has begun to follow your energy. A call to live in love. Imagine what your days could feel like if love guided every decision. Imagine what your relationships could become if forgiveness and gratitude were your foundation. Imagine the world we could create together. Giving love became as natural as breathing. This is not fantasy. It begins with you. It begins with one choice, and then another, and then another. You already hold the keys. They have been within you all along. The only question is, will you use them? Because the life you desire is not waiting in the distance. It is waiting in your choices, in your words, in your feelings, in your love. So step forward with courage, unlock the door, and walk into the power that has always been yours. For the greatest key of all is love. Thank you for spending this moment with Awaken Light Audio. If something today touched your heart or opened your mind, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts in the comments. What spoke to you most? Tell us about your journey, your questions, your breakthroughs, and let us know what you'd love to hear next. Subscribe to stay connected. And if this message could uplift someone you care about, send it their way. because light grows when it's shared. Until next time, stay present, stay awakened, and keep becoming who you're meant to be.